Well, as I said, we're going to put this tank underneath the pump house. Mr. Randall, this one's for you. I have measured it. I haven't tried it. So if this thing don't fit, I guess you're going to have a good laugh. And if it fits, I'm going to have one. But what I've done is spanning the ditch right now. I've got some boards laid out, some cross members for it to roll on. Then hopefully it's going to flop down on here. We're going to orient it the right direction. And hopefully it's just going to slide in. Then all I have to do is take in 4 boards out from underneath of it. This area right here has got some weird little ants in it that bite. They're not fire ants. They're too big to be fire ants. I got a place on the coast, and believe me, I know what fire ants are. But they bite, so whether it's any good or not, we put androne down all underneath of it, put a cover on the ground. And let's go up here and see if this tank's actually going to slide in this thing. Okay, what I've done to make this tank roll a little bit easier, right up here, let me see if I can get closer to show you. I put white duct tape. That's actually the hole where the drain valve comes out. And to keep it from collecting dirt and getting in the way and not rolling right, I took that out and taped over it so dirt don't get in the tank. But I am doing this, of course, today by myself. It was over the corner of the woods over there, so I rolled it over here. And it is ready right now, Mr. Randall. I'm going to dedicate this video to you to get on my rail system. I'm going to run down to that 2x4 so I can get down there and get it on the next section and slide it in. So let's see if all my plans are going to work right. Well, got it down there. No big problem. Some of these big mounds of dirt I probably should have shoveled down a little bit more, but let's go down to blow it. See if we can get it from this system to the next one and get it to slide in. Well, Randall, we're getting a little bit closer. I got it from the one down here to the one to get ready to slide into. Thought I'd take a little picture of that thing sitting right there till I flop it down flat. And the biggest problem will be spinning it around so the tank fill and the access hole is where I want it. That's next. Let's see what we can get done. Well, I got it down flat, except the access hole right here has to be the last thing to go in because of the hatch in the floor. So now I got to get down there and see if I can spin that thing around about 140 degrees and maybe we'll get it to go in. Let's take a look. Well, there we go. It's going underneath of this thing by a couple inches, except for the top right there. I figured that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple of these boards loose and take them out. Still got to spin the tank around a little bit. But boy, I love it when a plan comes together. Well, as usual, I love it when a plan comes together. I spun it around a little bit and it slid right in on them boards. And as you can kind of tell, the access hole, I'll show you when we get closer. Of course, in the floor is right here, and the hole's right there. Because when this thing sits down there, from the top of the tank to the bottom of the floor joist is going to be about 12 inches. And I'll be honest with you, my days of snake slithering are over. So I can lay this thing flat on it, go upstairs, take that hatch door up, and we'll be able to drop a ladder and go right down in the tank to install the pipes and to be able to clean it out if they ever need to get in it. Let me work on getting these boards out of here and getting it flat, and I'll bring you up to that date. Well, there it is, Mr. Randall. Sitting in the building, slid in. One of these days, I'm going to get me a tripod to hold this camera so I can just let it run. This would have been one that really worked, believe it or not. Measurements, a little bit further than the foot, but it's still past my days of snake slithering. But I opened up that hatch in the floor. We'll be able to climb right down in the tank. Let's go upstairs and see what it looks like from there. Well, here it is looking down the hatch, down from the hole if I can keep this camera oriented right. We'll be able to undo that thing. Undo the whole cap. There's a 16-inch lid in that thing. Drop a ladder right down there with padded feet on the bottom of it. Be able to climb down in that tank to clean it out, and also be able to get in there when we put the plumbing fittings and the pump down in there, all the suction lines. So we're back to work, and let's see what else we get into today. Well, we got the tank in. The other thing I did manage to get done in the rain the other day was got a 6-foot roll-up door on the front of the building. We'll go up and look at that. Had a little bit of an adventure with that. But as I said, this thing worked out. This is the first time my tape measure didn't lie to me. I have had tape measures before lie to me pretty good. But I might have to keep this tape measure a good while. This one here didn't lie or trick me at all. So let's go up and see what a door looks like on the front of this building. Well, here's this roll-up door. We'll roll it down here in a minute. But the owner had a different building, and some boys took it off of a different shed and put a regular door on it. And as with typical people, they didn't save the hardware or measurements. So I had to kind of go by the stains on the door as far as how wide the track had to be, and didn't know how high. The roll-up mechanism was another challenge. But it came out pretty good looking. Let me roll it down and I'll show it to you. Well, there it is. I've never put a roll-up door in, much less one without directions, without instructions, not even a picture. But got it working. At least we did come up with it before I had all the metal on the front, so it was easy enough to cut out from a 3-foot regular door opening to this 6-foot metal one. We just had to take some studs and move them. Got to now just put the metal on the front end of the building. Wherever it came from, somebody cut the lock off of it, so we got to get a new locking mechanism for the door, so when you push down on it, you can close it and lock it. But then what we're going to do out here in the front, we're going to completely build a 6-foot ramp once we fill this back in. He'll be able to keep portable generator and riding tractor, all that kind of stuff in there. It'll give him a bigger storage shed. He's going to need one out here for all the stuff he's doing. But if I can help you, let me know. It's what we do here at Carolina Homestead Planning. Like it, share it, tell your friends about it. Sorry to pick on you, Randall, but it did work, and I am kind of glad of it. I'd hate to eat crow. Thank you for watching. Thank you.